seems our moment has arrived, tourist.
Do not relent! The tower must crumble!
Death draws near, tourist.
Today, we're cracking open the multiverse of mayhem, mystery, and mind-blowing immersion. If you thought open-world games were wild on a flat screen, wait till you experience them wrapped around your eyeballs in glorious VR. We're talking massive maps, real-time chaos, and freedom so big, even Skyrim's dragons might get stage fright. So if you're into some post-apocalyptic paranoia, medieval mudslinging, or full-on fantasy chaos, 2025 is delivering a buffet of open-world VR experiences that'll melt your brain and possibly your GPU. So grab your headset, clear out your living room, and let's dive into 15 open-world VR games you absolutely need to lose yourself in this year. Stormland. Weightless, wordless, and wonderfully rogue. This is what it feels like to leap across cloud-scraping alien cliffs as a sentient, gardening robot with a vengeance complex. You're not just trimming hedges anymore, you're dishing out cosmic justice to the interstellar jerks who shattered your chassis. In this world, exploration is more like a vertical, jetpack-boosted, scrap-hunting lifestyle. 1 second you're scanning exotic flora, the next you're dual-wielding shotguns while gliding mid-air like Iron Man's eco-friendly cousin. Every tool and weapon you scavenge feels essential, and every upgrade is like a fresh power fantasy unlocked. From slipstream thrusters launching you across floating islands, to electrified SMGs melting down mechanical threats, the thrill is non-stop. And just when you think you've mopped the floor with every Tempest grunt, boom, cycling world kicks in. Weekly procedural resets throw in new missions and shuffled zones, making the entire game feel like an evolving battlefield for you and a buddy in co-op mode.
The land of opportunities. The committee assures you that the Ventorsk security zone is under total control.
Into the radius. You wake up in a grim Russian hellscape where the only thing denser than the atmosphere is the silence, and even that's out to kill you. Welcome to the Radius Zone, a place so radioactive with dread it makes Chernobyl look like a resort. Here, survival isn't a bonus feature, it's the whole genre. You'll trudge through ghostly forests, rust-covered factories, and the kind of abandoned apartments that scream haunted Soviet realism, all while checking your ancient map like it's the last Wi-Fi signal on Earth. Forget hand-holding. This game tosses you into the mud with a rusty Kalashnikov and the quiet threat of being mimicked, shredded, or disintegrated by anomalies that exist purely to ruin your day. You'll be manually loading mags, managing bullet types, keeping weapons squeaky clean, or risk turning your AK into a paperweight during a mutant ambush. And don't even think about firing unless the safety's off. Yes, this game will punish you for not knowing how real guns work. No Man's Sky. Space-time is weird, but what's even weirder is crash landing on a radioactive kaleidoscope of a planet while wearing a jetpack onesie and holding a mining laser. You're alone mostly, unless you count the gigantic worms, killer drones, interstellar pirates, and that cryptic celestial force whispering sweet galactic secrets into your helmet. Survival starts with duct taping your busted ship back together, but soon you'll be scanning wildlife like David Attenborough with a space rifle, naming three-legged goats Chonky Boy, and trading alien tech with beings who hate your pronunciation skills. This universe? Infinite. Like, actually infinite. We're talking 18 quintillion planets of procedural madness, where every cactus might be carnivorous, and every planet might try to cook you alive with acid rain. Exploration isn't just encouraged, it's practically religion. Upgrade your exosuit, multi-tool, and starship with scavenged blueprints. trade rare goods across star systems, or go full space hermit and build a luxury biodome on a rock that orbits a neon sun. Combat? Oh, it's here. Sentinels will flip out if you sneeze near a flower. Pirates will jump you for your loot. And your only defense might be a shotgun powered by oxygen and your sheer cosmic pettiness. Green Hell VR. There's nothing quite like waking up in the Amazon with no pants, no plan, and a voice in your head that may or may not be your wife. In this dense, dripping, oh so deadly jungle. Survival isn't about crafting cute tree houses or roasting marshmallows. It's about pulling leeches off your legs and hallucinating from tropical mushroom stew gone wrong. You're not here to thrive, you're here to not die. That's the vibe. You'll chop vines, slap together shelters with whatever sticks you find, and whisper sweet nothings to your smartwatch as it tracks your vitals while you battle dehydration, starvation, insomnia, depression, and probably jaguars. Got a gaping leg wound? Time to pull out your backpack and manually wrap it up with jungle leaves like some fever dream nurse simulate. That fruit you just ate might save your life or send you on a psychedelic trip to Regret Town. Everything, from building a fire to checking for parasites, is done with physical VR gestures, pulling you fully into the madness. Combat is frantic. You're Jake the anthropologist who forgot bug spray. It's brutal, it's unforgiving, and it's glorious. Zenith, the Last City. Somewhere between a techno-fantasy dream and an anime fever dream, you wake up soaring across floating islands with a sword in one hand and magic zipping from the other. Welcome to a world where your gym membership is a VR headset, your cardio is dodging lightning spells, and your social life involves dueling airships, dungeon runs, and very intense dancing in front of a giant cooking pot. This is where solo grinding meets full-blown anime MMO chaos, with real people yelling battle cries in your ears. From lush fields to neon cities, you'll sprint, glide, and climb across an ever-evolving world stuffed with quests, loot, and way too many jelly-cube monsters. Combat feels tight with gesture-based casting, parrying, and weapon swinging that turns every fight into a sweaty ballet. Go full Blade Master, or channel your inner fireball-hurling essence mage. There's always a boss waiting to one-shot you into existential crisis. It's anime MMO meets Saturday morning VR fantasy, and somehow it works. If you've ever wanted to literally live inside your JRPG daydreams, this is the city of dreams and daily.
You allowed Loki to deceive you. Now his chaos reigns.
Asgard's Wrath 2. Just your average day as a cosmic Norse god, trapped in a body-hopping revenge tour across mythological dimensions. No big deal. After getting absolutely low-keyed in the first saga, you're back with a vengeance. This time crash landing into Egypt's sun-scorched sands, where ancient gods wear fancier hats and the enemies hit just as hard. Possessing mortals is the name of the game again, and each unlucky host has their own RPG skill tree, drama-filled arc, and thirst for heroic chaos. This time, you're juggling 4 storylines at once, switching between them like a mythological Netflix binge. 1 minute you're solving ancient puzzles in a tomb. The next, you're cleaving mummies in half with a flaming axe, while your follower yells unsolicited encouragement. Combat, it's meaty, responsive, and full of satisfying god punches. Your companions? Fully voiced, totally plot relevant, and often more charming than you. The scale is ridiculous. Open world exploration, secrets tucked under pyramids, mini-games involving everything from fishing to bartering, and puzzles that make you feel like a divine Indiana Jones. Oh, and did we mention you're being hunted by gods while trying to scheme your way back to Loki's face? Yeah, that too.
Father was right. We shouldn't have gone so deep.
Subnautica. There's surviving a shipwreck. And then there's crash landing on an alien ocean planet where even the plants want to bite you. Armed with nothing but a life pod and sheer don't die energy, you're about to turn space scuba into a high-stakes horror vacation. Every dive into the deep blue is equal parts beauty and terror. One moment you're swimming through coral reefs that look like underwater art galleries, and the next you're getting dragged into a void by something with glowing teeth and parental issues. Crafting becomes your religion. You'll scan fish, cook alien sushi, and duct tape sea junk into submarines that can go toe-to-toe with aquatic nightmares. Your goals? Stay alive, dodge the Kara bacterium like a germaphobe on steroids, and build a spaceship out of scrap while hallucinating telepathic conversations with a wise but dying Leviathan grandma. From building bases in glowing caverns to running for your life when the Reaper Leviathan screams like a wet jet engine, every second feels immersive, eerie, and wet in all the wrong ways. It's a mix of underwater exploration, survival stress dreams, and accidental marine biology lessons wrapped in a stunning VR-supported package.
Stories about you been buzzing all over the bayou.
Well, look at you, tourist, choosing sides. I had forgotten how much I enjoy the thrill of a brawl.
The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners 1 and 2. Nothing says good morning quite like braining a zombie with a screwdriver in one hand and a backpack full of mouldy snacks in the other. You're dropped into a drowned New Orleans where every alley, attic, and abandoned bus is brimming with flesh-hungry party crashers. Welcome to VR survival horror at its absolute finest, where your only real superpower is a steady hand and knowing when to run. Every choice you make, whether it's helping a desperate exile, picking a faction, or deciding who lives long enough to thank you, slaps you with consequences, often bloody ones. Weapons are things you wield, physically. Guns jam. Knives get stuck in skulls. The chainsaw in the sequel? Oh, it's real, it's loud, and it'll make you laugh like a maniac while painting the French Quarter red. Just keep an eye on your stamina unless you want to pass out mid-swing. Both chapters deliver gut-wrenching moral choices, rogue ambushes, and enough walker hordes to cause PTSD. And then there's him, the Axeman, whose existence alone will make you double-check every corner. With its brutal physics-based combat and stress-eating mechanics, this offers a nerve-shredding test of your VR soul. Medieval Dynasty. When surviving the Middle Ages means chopping wood all day, flirting with your neighbour over beet soup, and accidentally setting your taxes on fire, welcome to the most peaceful and occasionally panicky VR medieval life sim you never knew you needed. You're not slaying dragons or stealing crowns here. You're starting from scratch, building a humble hut with sticks and ambition, and slowly turning it into a bustling village where everyone yells at you when there's no firewood in winter. You'll fish, farm, flirt, and fumble your way through seasons that actually matter. Like, oh no, I forgot to harvest my onions before it snowed, levels of math. Villagers have skills, moods, and needs, and you'll be assigning them jobs like a feudal HR manager with a hunting addiction. Build relationships, get married, and pop out an heir so the family business, survival, doesn't end with you. And just when you think you've conquered the valley, the co-op update hits, and suddenly you're arguing with 3 friends about fence placement and whose turn it is to skin the deer. Whether you're raising barns or romantic prospects, this is the gritty, slow-burn dynasty builder that turns peasant life into prestige play, complete with taxes, livestock, and one very judgmental castellan. Fallout 4 VR. There's waking up on the wrong side of the bed, And then there's waking up in a vault, watching your spouse get murdered, and realizing the apocalypse RSVP'd 200 years ago. With nothing but a jumpsuit, a Pip-Boy, and a slightly traumatized robot butler, you step into the VR wasteland with one goal: survive long enough to be weirded out by how friendly a deathclaw can look in first person. This is a radioactive reawakening. Every junk heap is now in your face, every radroach twice as disturbing, and every super mutant ambush. Let's just say your headset might absorb a few punches. Crafting is tactile, scavenging is immersive, and base building feels less like city planning and more like duct taping dreams together while something growls outside your wall. From the creepy glow of Fenway Park turned Warzone to the awkward joy of dog-patting dog meat in glorious VR, this version redefines immersion. Shooting, looting, and surviving hit different when your body's actually flinching. And when you're finally out there, making dialogue choices with your own voice, in a world where every NPC either wants to help you or harvest your organs. Well, that's the most Fallout thing ever. The Radius 2. You know things are serious when even your backpack needs a strategy guide. Back in the Radius again, only this time you've got backup. Co-op style. That is, if you trust your friends not to scream, shoot blindly, and run into a radioactive anomaly while you're mid-loot. Welcome to the surreal survival sandbox where bullet physics matter more than your feelings and every shadow might contain something with teeth, or worse, backstory. Everything from your shotgun to your shoelaces can be customized, adjusted, and lost if you forget to zip up your chest rig. Weapons jam if you don't clean them. Flashlights flicker when things get way too quiet. And that eerie zone you just wandered into, it might be the scenic route or your final resting glitch. You'll explore ruined towns haunted by memory and mutants, loot bizarre artifacts with mysterious powers, and maintain your weapons like they're vintage cars. Want a flashlight taped to your shotgun stock at a 47-degree angle? Go wild. This game gives you the granular control of a paranoid prepper with OCD, and you'll need it.
I know this looks bad, but it's not true. We argued, all right? But she went out and I went out after her.
LA Noire, the VR case files. Step into your snazzy 1940s leather shoes and prepare to slap down your fedora, because crime solving has never been this sweaty or immersive. You're Detective Cole Phelps, with facial twitches and all, shoved into the morally murky back alleys of post-war Los Angeles, where every cigarette puff hides a motive, and every smirk could be a lie begging to be punched. From slapping around suspects in seedy hotel rooms to scribbling in your detective notebook like a jazz-fueled Sherlock Holmes, this VR rework is a full-on noir fever dream. You'll literally pick up clues, spin them around in your hands, and mutter, like a budget Philip Marlowe with motion controllers, chase down crooks, swing punches in sweaty fistfights, and interrogate jittery suspects by getting up close and personal and to smell the guilt. Driving across 1940s LA in VR, equal parts thrilling and terrifying if you're not great at multitasking or staying on roads. It's immersive, dramatic, and weirdly cathartic when you finally yell, "You're lying and I can prove it," while standing in your living room in pajamas. Survival Nation VR. When the world ends in a sea of undead moaning and civilization collapses faster than your hydration meter, you don't just survive, you thrive. In this zombie-splattered VR RPG, survival is a lifestyle, and your new best friends are a rusty frying pan and a guy named Greg who trades shotgun shells for mushrooms. You're tossed into a massive open world where everything can kill you, but at least you can fish while you're waiting. Need food? Go all Bear Grylls and forage berries, fish with actual rods, or rummage through dusty fridges that might contain nutrition or tetanus. Quests are everywhere. Fetch this, kill that, don't die here, and you'll earn XP, to level up 3 delightfully grim skill trees that shape you into a walking apocalypse with better cardio and deadlier knife tricks. Want co-op chaos? Grab a buddy and go full zombie-stomping duo. Want to ruin someone's day instead? Flip into PvP mode and go full loot goblin. Or just ignore everyone and vibe solo like a post-apocalyptic introvert.
The Z.O.N.A. Z.O.N.A, it was never like this before. But something happened, and now every step could be your last.
Z.O.N.A Origin VR. If you've ever thought, Into the Radius is great, but I wish it had more radioactive nightmares and even less chill, then you've just found your new digital home. This is your all-access pass to the Chernobyl exclusion zone, reimagined in VR with so much atmosphere, your Geiger counter will be sweating. Welcome to the only neighborhood where the local flora tries to melt your face, and spray painting your rifle is a totally normal coping mechanism. You're a stalker. No, not the creepy kind, the kind who treks through psychic death fogs in search of artifacts that might be worth a fortune, or a seizure. Weapon handling is ultra-realistic, from ammo type to spray can camo, finally tactical hot pink, and every step through the zone is dripping in dread. The world feels abandoned, haunted, and very, very much alive. Expect jump scares, gas masks, and morally questionable loot decisions. Mutants lurk, bandits shoot first, and the anomalies? Let's just say they redefine bad vibes. You'll investigate a vanishing research team, dodge emissions, and slowly unravel a mystery that might literally doom the planet. Skyrim VR. 1 minute you're a humble prisoner on a cart, wondering if the guy next to you ever stops monologuing. And the next? A dragon shows up mid-execution, screams everyone into chaos, and suddenly you're the mythic chosen one with the power to shout goats off cliffs. Welcome to the legendary fantasy epic that's been re-released more times than you've eaten sweet roll. Only this time, it's in full VR, and it's glorious. Sword swinging, now it's an arm workout. Bow and arrow? Feels like you're auditioning for an Elven Olympics. Magic? Just point your hand like you're casting Expelliarmus at a frost troll and hope you remembered to equip healing in your other palm. Skyrim VR doesn't just let you play the role of the Dragonborn, it practically dares you to live it. You'll scale icy mountains, explore glowing caves, adopt orphans, build homes, hunt vampires, and possibly launch a chicken across town with a misfired shout. With all major expansions included, you'll craft armor, slay werewolves, and absorb dragon souls while casually ignoring the main quest to collect cheese wheels and scream at townspeople. This is nostalgia in a headset. It's Tamriel in all its open-world, glitchy glory. Immersion has never been so epic, or so prone to accidentally punching your wall mid-battle. And that, my fellow headset heroes, is your ultimate open-world VR passport for 2025. So when you're battling zombies in abandoned cities, building dynasties with your bare hands, or absorbing dragon souls like it's a casual weekend hobby, these games prove VR isn't just about tech, it's about living entire lives inside other worlds. So which one's calling your name? Let me know in the comments. And hey, if you enjoyed the ride, don't forget to hit that like button, sub for more VR madness, and ring that bell like you're warning the village about a Leviathan attack. This is Bruce, signing off. See you in the zone, the wasteland, or wherever your next virtual adventure takes you.
That's good.
I would wait to see their skills. Hopefully, they at least know the basics.
I told you to be careful.